ICE immigration, hot topic across the country right now. Unfortunately, Indiana is no exception. There have been an unprecedented number of bills going through the State House right now that relate to immigration. I say unprecedented because that's what a lot of folks with a lot more experience than me have said, that they haven't seen so many, or at least they haven't seen them being pushed with such intensity as they are right now. So here are the details. But super quick, before I get into it, you know that I'm running for re-election this year because I love our community. I love fighting for our working families, all of our families. So if you want to help support that, there's a link in my bio or a link in the comments. I appreciate anything you can do to support, but if not, that's okay. I really do just appreciate and love your engagement. Okay, back to it. Now, there's one major bill related to this topic and then several others, but the major one is Senate Bill 76. In short, this law would essentially force local governments to comply with ICE detainer requests. What is an ICE detainer request? Basically, if somebody is arrested at the local level, ICE can make a formal request for that person to be held up to 48 hours longer or past when they would normally be released. That would give ICE time to arrive and take them into custody. But here's where that is tricky. Remember, this is not a judicial warrant, more like a friendly request between law enforcement agencies from the federal to the state or from the federal to the local level. Why that's tricky is holding someone longer than you're legally supposed to can be considered a violation of your Fourth Amendment right, which is supposed to protect individuals against unreasonable searches and seizures by the government. So for that reason, up until now, it's been at the discretion of local law enforcement folks if they're going to comply with those detainer requests. Some comply, some don't, some limit their cooperation because they want to avoid legal risk, or they just want to maintain trust with their immigrant communities. Now, this bill would change all of that. It would remove the ability for your local law enforcement folks, jails, sheriffs, to create their own policies, and it would force compliance. If it passes, moving forward, if somebody is in custody, is the subject of an ICE detainer request, local authorities would now be required to notify the judge overseeing the case, record the detainer in official documents, comply with the detainer, and then inform the individual that they're being held for that reason. This bill also allows the governor to withhold grants or funding for up to a year for any local government agency found to be out of compliance with this new requirement. Now, the other bills that are being pushed are kind of alternative but similar approaches, being pushed by the Indiana Attorney General's office, and bills that focus on employer penalties for hiring undocumented folks, enforcing the sharing of immigration data with federal authorities, and other anti-sanctuary style policies. Now, obviously, supporters of this are saying, hey, look, this just shows that Indiana takes immigration law seriously, but the other side of that coin is this actually could create risks to public safety. It removes local control. It could lead to overcrowded jails. It could stretch police resources. And obviously, it's going to erode trust and add more fears within immigrant communities during an already tense national moment.